Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to share with you a very special hack. It's a way to connect Claude to Xero, but not what you're looking at here on the screen. This is the native Claude to Xero connector. If you're using this, you're wasting your time. I think it's absolute garbage. There is a better and easier way to connect this that gives you access to everything. So I have done a video about this recently where I used the Xero MCP connection. It's a little bit more technical. You set up a developer side, and some of the feedback I got was like, hey, okay, this is a bit complicated. Is there something easier to get the same result? And there is a easier route. It involves a middle intermediary. That's going to be make.com. And I'm going to show you how to get this going and working very quickly. So first, I think I should show you what we can do with it. Okay, let me show you exactly what this automation can do. I'm here in Claude and I've pasted in like, hey Claude, I've given it the scenario. We're going to create your own URL in a moment. I'm just saying, create me 5 fictitious contacts for my cleaning business. I did have to say this is a demo for a video. Otherwise, it asks a lot of like a little bit more complex questions. You're welcome to go through it as normal when you're connected to your organization. It's just going to be a lot more thorough with you guys as it is with me on this demo. So let me run that. I've also told it to find out what company is connected first because I've got a few of these scenarios. I just have to make sure it knows that it's got the right connection in make. Okay, it's picked up that we're connected to Tilde. I'm going to just come here and show you. This is a blank slate. We have nothing here at the moment. And I'm going to go back to here. It's created one contact. Let's go see if it's created one contact. I'm just going to go to all. Okay, here it's got 3, 4, 5. It's created 5 contacts for me in Xero already. Thank you very much. That's great. Now, can you please create me the 5 relevant item codes for my invoices around cleaning for clients? So now if we have a look in Xero, it's going to create the products and services. Okay, so it also had to fetch the accounts first to find out which account sales is going to because the products are linked to an account here. Here it's got the accounts. I mean, just the fact that I didn't have to tell it to get the accounts first, so it's got the account ID when it makes those API calls, is pretty impressive. Now, please create me 2 invoices for any amount to any customer. So I think it'll create these one by one, and I haven't given it any sales tax information. So, well, here it's already got 1 invoice done. Tilda, Sarah Thompson, and James Hartley. Let me just refresh here. There we go. Now I can edit those. Say, oh, sorry. The due date must be December 25th. Can you please edit those 2 invoices? Sorry for my spelling. So now it's running that edit command. Don't know how quick it's going to be, but let's see. One's fixed. A couple seconds later, another one's fixed. So, I mean, I think you guys are starting to see the power, whether you're a business owner or an accountant, that this is pretty powerful stuff. I want to now please do a journal to provision for bad debts against sales. Just this organization's in Rand. Just 3,000 please at the end of June 2026. Please, can you post that? Okay, so we're putting in a provision. There's no bad debts account, so I'm wondering if it's going to let me create one, or if it's going to create one there. It's going to create that. That's amazing. So, I mean, I see accountants moving into orchestrating AI over the accounting platform very soon. I'm just thinking, I mean, even this that I'm doing now, it's not sure. I've got a degree in accounting. I understand what's happening here, but it's nothing like too crazy. And I mean, maybe small business owners wouldn't be doing these journals. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So here, if I look at the profit and loss, here's my provision for bad debts. See if it'll let me view the journal. Here is my journal. Let's not put any VAT in. I mean, I can just go crazy with this. I can give it my VAT. I can give it my tips. So anyway, let me actually get in and show you how to set this up because it doesn't take long. This is all that's running it. Very simple, tiny little make automation. What you're going to do is take this link. I'm going to make this available to you guys. I'll put it in the description below. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make this document linked below, and then I'll put all the links below this. So this is the make scenario. Obviously, if you don't have a make account, sign up for a make account. So the next phase is you want to go into make.com. You want to go to user/API, and you want to go to here, add token. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say select all, but you are welcome to limit the scopes as much as you please. We do need anything around MCP. So MCP use is essential. Make 3, because I've got a few of these connections. You can just call it make.com. I'm going to go add. I'm going to go copy to clipboard. It's going to create this thing here. I've just blurred out my information. Then I'm going to have to use this. I'm going to paste in that over there. Don't worry, I've deleted it by now. So the code that I've just taken from make.com is over here. I want to come here and paste it after this / and before there. Then I'm going to copy this. Look, also, if you're signing up in America, yours is going to say US1 or US2. From Make, you'll be able to see over here what domain that is. And then we want to go to Claude. We are going to go to add custom connector. I'm going to call this make 3. You would just call it make. And then I'm going to paste in that URL that I just took from that doc. I'm going to click add. So now I've got make 3. In my case, I can use any of the make automations, but you can always just say, hey, use make 3 to get, and then you need to set up this scenario in your make account. Probably have done this a little bit not in the best order, but anyway, you're going to want to set this up. All you need to do is open up this URL. It's going to open up something like this. You can change the name to whatever your organization is. You're going to want to open up the Xero module, and you're going to want to go add and then just connect to Xero with your OAuth authentication method of choice. Select the specific entity you want to have access to, give it permission to one or many. Below here, you'll have organizations. You'll be able to then select which specific organization we're working with at a time. Technically, you could make this a variable so that you could then, if you've got like 100 Xero connectors, you can just ask it to pull whatever from whichever Xero connection, not just one. Then you would just map in you would have to map in a separate scenario input, which would have the organization ID. And that's all you need to do. Make sure to turn this on to on demand, and then copy this URL that you've created on your side. It'll be unique to your system. Then whenever you are in Claude, you just say, hey, like I showed you, like, please use this to, and then feel free to do a lot of get information first, like get profit and loss, get your invoices, get your overdue invoices, get those kind of information first, and then start playing around with what you can post and what you can update and what you can edit. So what are the caveats to this? This is what everyone always usually asks. It's unfortunately going to struggle if you ask it to fetch 10,000 invoices. It's not going to do that. It's just going to be too much data to pull. There's going to be a lot of paging needed on Xero's side. Not ideal for that. I mean, we can do a workaround for it, but this is not the place. The other caveat is it does have opportunity to maybe make a mistake, create invoices in the wrong entity. So you do want to always have that check. Hey, which entity are you working in? Which entity are we connected to at the moment? And otherwise, pretty self-explanatory. It seems to figure things out quite well. I mean, it does make some errors in the background, but that doesn't affect any of your data. So I think you guys need to give it a try. Let me know what you're using it for. Let me know how it goes. And I'm very excited to discuss this with you guys. I've got a school community where we are discussing these kinds of things, these kinds of tips for business owners, accountants every single day. So yeah, feel free to join. There will also be a link to that below. Thanks, guys.